check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow1 Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. What's going on? Gary Russell straight destroys Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis in the interview on Boxing Scene. I'll link it to the article. Matter of fact, let's jump right into it. And he goes as far as to say on Tank, as far as the fight is concerned, easy work, Russell said. He hasn't fought nobody. Who has Gervonta fought? He fought a whole lot of nobodies. People that as soon as he hit them, they fall. He hasn't fought anybody that gave him any type of opposition at all. You know, fights are won off intellect, not just off being strong. I tell people boxing is an intellect manifested on the physical form. In most cases, the more educated person should win. Not the strongest, not the biggest, not the tallest, not the smartest person. No, the smartest person should win, excuse me. There's no way in hell Gervonta Tank Davis has the intellect, the hand speed, or even the ring generalship to deal with me. About 3-4 rounds, he'll be lost. He wouldn't know what to do. He goes on. It's a lot more. I personally know Gervonta, Russell said. I know him as a younger, up-and-coming fighter. You know, when I was already competing in the Olympics and all that stuff, he was still an amateur, you know. He would come to the tournaments and stuff like that. I'm just glad that he's in position because he stayed consistent enough. And a lot of these people in the sport of boxing, they tend to fall off before they reach the pinnacle of where they could actually go. He said, I'm just glad that he was consistent enough to continue his grind, stay on the path that he was on when he was a little kid. Now he's grown up. He became a world champion. And now he's put himself in position to provide for his family, his friends, his loved ones. I think that's cool in itself. That's all I can ask from the people who's in my ethnic group, to be able to provide for their families the way they will want to. Okay. It says Russell disagrees with how Mayweather has handled Tank's development. He goes on to say this. This is all quotes other than that part. That's some sucker-ish, said Russell. If you want me to be candid, how could you possibly be a champion but you ducking anybody? That don't make sense to me. That's the attitude of a champion. So his team has already came out in an agreement that, okay, well, this guy might be too much for him, or we don't want to take this fight at this time. That doesn't make sense to me. I remember when they first asked him about fighting Lomachenko. He was a world champion at the time. He stated, I don't think I'm ready for that as of yet. How much more ready you need to be? You're a champion. That doesn't make sense to me. That shows me something in your character. In your character, it's a kink in your armor. Okay, that's a sign of weakness to me, to Mr. Gary Russell Jr. That's something that be exploited in that square. I would exploit that. So if Floyd and Leonard want to send Gervonta out there, then I will welcome him with open arms. Yep. And he says that Russell is convinced that we'll continue to fighting unopposing opponents in the foreseeable future. You got to understand that this is how these promoters and managers are making their money off these fighters. Russell said, as soon as this fighter takes a loss, they don't have the ability to generate the revenue off that individual no more. They are walking cattle to some of these promoters and managers. They don't look at these fighters as like people. So, you know, if they want to continue to feed Tank these low quality fights, with people that's really going to give him no competition at all, I mean, that's good because he built up his fan base. He running through these guys like he's running them over and everything else. But what happens when he competes against someone that's going to try? Just attempt to try. So, Gary Russell, he went on the offensive. A lot of people was asking Gary Russell to finally open your mouth and, you know, closed mouths don't get fed. I was one of those people. If you're going to continue to be quiet, you're not going to get those caliber fights. In the last 2 months, he's been talking his ish. And he's right. Gervonta Tank Davis is a total fraud. He's part of the problem, too. You just can't put it all on Mayweather because, like Gary Russell said, he said he wasn't ready for Tank. And how you a champion, you're not ready for Tank. You know, when you're a champion, it ain't no more prospect. It ain't no more babysitting. It ain't no more rocking the cradle. You got to get on that white horse and ride that thing, you know. But at the end of the day, Gervonta won't just respond to that. He won't respond to that. Because, you know, when Fred, you know, interviewed him a couple of months ago about what Gary Russell was saying, he didn't say nothing. It's a matter of respect. But he going around here acting like he the Super Mario tough guy. You ain't a tough guy, Pikachu. You know, Pikachu ain't tough. You better get ready for your Pokemon detective movie, man. And that's why I'm going at these dudes, because they know they soft. They trying to act like they cat pillars on the PBC side, some of them. Now, they do got some killers over there. I think every promotional stable or every network got some killers that they believe in. But he's right. They looking at Gervonta Tank Davis and a lot of those PBC guys like cattle. They told when to go, what to do, who to fight, when to put your clothes on, when to cash your check. They told everything to do, and they far from being bosses. They want to act like they bosses. No, you're not a boss. You know? You're not a boss. Gervonta Tank Davis is 100% fraud. And Gary Russell going at him proved that he been going at him for the last 6-7 months. And Gervonta Tank Davis has nothing to say but on hush mode. He's fragile, and he gonna remind me like Mike Tyson. When somebody punch him back, and they go 3 or 4 rounds or 4 or 5 rounds, like Gary said, and they still there. As soon as they drag them to the second round of the fight, he gonna beat the shit out of them. He gonna get the shit beat out of them. Excuse me. You know, and Mayweather know that. They know this kid ain't shit like that. And it's sad though, because he got the ability if he step up the proper way, but he just babysitting and rocking the cradle. He rocking that belt. And it's sad though. It's sad though that he sit here and he want that to happen. Once again, these fighters not demanding, these quote unquote fighters like Tank and the rest of these guys, they're not demanding the toughest fights. They not telling Al, man, fuck that, man. I want to fight that guy. You got me out here looking fugazi. No, they been over and they take it from the backside. They do what they told to. They do what they told to do with no resist, because you know what? They don't want to fight nobody no way. They don't want to sit here and unify. They don't want to sit here and cross the street. They don't even want to sit here and fight the dudes on their side of the street. Same Gervonta Tank Davis said, oh, Mayweather tried to set me up by putting me in with Pedraza. I didn't think I was ready for Pedraza. He's a fragile. He's a mental midget. Not only a physical midget going around line saying he's 5'8". He's like 5'5", 5'4". He's a mental midget. And that doesn't go well for boxing, because as soon as you create doubt, as soon as he hits you or you make a miss and you still there in the 5th, 6th round going upside his head, pow, pow, pow. You know, he gonna break. He gonna break. I'm telling you, he going to break. And they know that. Anytime these promoters it used to be back in the day, anytime these promoters were protecting the fighter, or they was keeping the fighter away, and it's still to this day, to the most part, away from a certain caliber of fighter or a certain, you know, fighter that had a skill set. You know, anytime you've seen that happen, that mean, you know, they didn't believe in him. They was protecting him. Gervonta Tank Davis got more protection than the Pentagon. You know, and Gary Russell, right, man, keep stepping on these fools' neck, man. I love it. I love it that it's Family Feud in there like Jay-Z. Nobody win with a Family Feud. Well, shit, sometimes you got to put your foot on these dudes' neck, and put your foot on Mayweather's neck. He responsible for this too. He's a clown. He's a mark. You know, you want to keep, fighting these Mexican fighters that ain't got no chance with your rhythmic movement, your perpetual movement, go ahead. At the end of the day, I ain't fucking with it. I don't care. He fighting Gamboa, Baltimore on July 27th. They trying to act like it's a major event. Man, you can shut that shit where the sun don't shine. Fighting another bum. Gamboa been past it. Then he gonna turn around and fight Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. Like I said, I ain't got no words for LB and Mayweather. I like LB, seem like a cool dude from the outside looking in, but he's sketchy too. I heard the Bay brothers talking about him, Cortez and Mickey. They sketchy too, man. Gervonta is a scared little Pikachu Pokemon. Scared to stand up. He got something to say about everybody else. Deontay Wilder fight like a time girl, or I'm beating up all baby daddies and all that. Okay, where that same energy when Gary Russell call you out? Where that same energy when Lomachenko will call you out? Baltimore shouldn't even let him come to Baltimore. They shouldn't even let him come back in until he explained why the fuck he ain't fighting Lomachenko and why the fuck he letting Gary Russell dog walk him every 2 or 3 months through the media. You know what? Because he ain't representing y'all the right way. Make that motherfucker fight in Fairfax or some shit. All right? But it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget the name. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Don't forget, check out our sponsor out, The Hellblaze, thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow Unboxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. from lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and much, much more. Website, promo code are both in the description. Don't forget it. And don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or a video request. Share the videos. It's the best way to help your boy out. If not, you want to make a donation, that link's always in the description. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We go.